Hi, guys. I'm having a problem dropping the link, so let me go ahead and do it this way, Andrea. There, I had to drop it the old-fashioned way. Okay, I'm going to make this video really quick. I was asked to do this video. This whole T.I. Tiny thing is just really getting out of hand. I really see it going in the direction of Bill Cosby. I mean, it's really getting bad. So let me go ahead and play my theme music. Hopefully, Andrea, you can go ahead and sign in while we're doing that, and then we're going to. Hi, guys. How are you? Okay. Hi, guys. Okay. I don't know what's going on, Andrea, but I went ahead and dropped the link. Let me drop it again. And then me and Perry can get into this. There.
Yeah, I see it. Yeah.
It won't let me drop the link. I don't know what's going on.
It just dropped. I seen it.
I mean, where I can pin it to the
Oh
top.
yeah, I know. Maybe you waited too late or something.
I'm not sure. Here, I just pinned it.
Okay.
Okay, for here she is. Okay, now look, this thing is really.
Oh shit! What happened? Hold on, just hold on.
Okay. This thing is really getting out of hand with this Tiny and T.I thing. I mean, it was first I would say allegations. You put it that way, but it started just to be way too many people. Way too many people, too many details. Let's talk about the latest thing that's going on. Did you tell Gabor that the link was in the thing?
No.
Go ahead and tell him.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, right. You got it?
Yeah.
Okay, so let me get into what's going on. Okay, there's a lot going on behind the scenes. Mm-hmm. It really feels like their world is just falling apart. There's this Sun article that came out today, and they're saying that a lot of their friends are starting to distance themselves from them. Nobody wants to be a part of this mess, right? They're scared that they're going to be asked to testify, be a part of some class action lawsuit. Also, they're saying behind the scenes that their attorney is asking, here, let me fix this there. It's like 3 of you signed up backstage. That behind the scenes, their attorneys are advising them to settle with these women. They have a fear that if things go to trial, that Tiny and T.I might be looking at jail time.
Right.
Yeah, it's really crazy. What else is going on? The latest victims that came out are there's a former military woman. She used to be in the military, an exotic dancer, and then it gets really bad. A high school student. And then there's this male coming out. Did you hear about this guy saying that he was their victim too? Really?
It's 14 people in all. 14.
That's too many people. I'm just saying where there's smoke, there's fire. Let me get into this. So the other woman that came out, I don't know why you're laughing, Perry. This is crazy. No. I'm going to explain this the best way that I can. I can't get too graphic about it because you guys know my video will get banned, but
he should be backstage.
Oh, Gabor? He must be under another. Oh, there he is. Hey, Gabor.
Oh, hey.
Lord. Hey. So I'm saying it's getting really bad, especially with
you see my picture?
Yeah, we saw it.
I'm tired of people lying. I'm saying I'm lying. Now, y'all don't see that implant on her hip?
Oh my God.
No, Gabor.
You mean Tiny?
You know what's funny about that? Once she said that, I was browsing later that night on the Instagram, and I seen a picture. I had to run in the house and show Sherelle, and I was cracking up. This is what Gabor was talking about.
Her implant is on her hip. What in
One
the
is high,
world?
and then the other side, it was like drooping.
Yep.
Down back, laying on her back of her thigh.
Y'all are a mess.
It's not body shame if you weren't born with it. It's
That's right.
surgery shame. I'm
Yeah.
surgery
Before,
shaming
I mean,
you.
Yep.
and Sherelle says now they said a guy was involved.
Yeah, let me tell Gabor. So this is what you missed.
Okay.
They're saying that their friends are distancing themselves from you, that their lawyer is advising them to settle out of court with these people, and they're asking them to settle out of court because they fear that if this case goes to trial, Tiny and T.I will be looking at jail time. They're also saying that the new victim is a former former military and exotic dancer, a high school student. Now this is getting serious. And another male and a man, he came forward. No, they don't have any friends anymore. No one wants to be involved in this mess. And if they do have friends, then it's over the phone. No one wants to be seen in public with these two. Their lawyer released a statement saying the Harrises have had difficulty with these women well over a decade. They are taking this matter very seriously, and if these allegations don't end, they will take appropriate legal action. But that's just tough talk. Their attorneys are telling them to settle with these women. That's a lot of money, and this is a lot of women. And I have a feeling that more women might be coming forward. You can't just pay off everybody. And then why Gabor wanted me to talk about this too is, let me say this the best way I know how, and you guys try to ride with me because I'm trying to go around the censors. The latest person said she was handing out flyers when she met them. They all got in the shower room. They went back to the hotel room. That T.I put his foot
No, toe.
I'm sorry, his toe in her private area. No, they're really.
And you forgot. Tiny was riding up and down her back.
I tried to leave that part out. But
Yeah.
with baby oil. Since Andre gonna bring it up, baby oil.
And maybe that's where that meal came in, because at that point he can't even be alone with a girl. He got his toe up there. Then you got Tiny riding on her back, so he brought this guy in to take.
She also said that that's what she remembered before she passed out,
Wow.
and then when she woke up, she was very, very sore.
Wow.
They're describing a real life.
Almost like a rape. I know. I want to say that. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
The R word.
Yeah.
The R.
Yeah. They're describing a real life.
Is it Epstein? What was that guy? Yeah. It's some freaky stuff going on.
It's not even funny, and I don't understand it. And I was talking a little bit about it behind the stage with Gabor, and he was saying that. Oh God, I can't remember what he's saying, but it's not even funny anymore. These people are going to jail.
Mm-hmm.
These people are going to jail. This is what Gabor said. Gabor, or was it you, Andrea? Somebody said she's doing all this to please her man.
That was me. Yeah. She pleasing Tiny, and everybody knows this in Atlanta. Everybody knows this.
I mean,
I did this. You would do this for a man. You would risk putting yourself in jail for a man.
Yeah.
I think it could have started off I think that's how she initially got started. Was I'd rather him home. At least I have him and still got control. I'm still Queen Bee, right? But I think if all these allegations are true, and she's participating in all this, I think people can learn to like something.
I hate to say this, but I'm going to play devil's advocate here. Could some of these people just be jumping on the bandwagon?
Yes. Yes. It happens all the time. I'm saying yes.
Yeah. If it's 14 accusers, I believe at least one of them.
Right. But the thing about it, all of them is telling the same story, though.
Well,
that's what they do nowadays.
But they don't say the same story when everything's leaked out and reported. He had his toe up in her, and Tiny was sliding down the back. If I wanted to jump on, I was like, hey, yeah, he had the toe up in there, and she was on my back. You know what I'm saying?
Are you saying you don't believe these women, Perry? Is that what you're saying?
No. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that it's easy for other people to join the bandwagon that didn't have anything, but it don't mean the ones who's actually claiming it are lying. It's just like anything else. If you find out somebody giving away free tea, a lot of people just go, whether they drink tea or not. They just go.
A lot of people are commenting in the comments section. The toe is really over the top. The toe is going too far.
Well,
What was he thinking? What are they thinking?
Y'all got to understand that T.I is freaky. T.I is freaky. He has always been freaky. I mean, that's the talk in
There's
the
a difference.
barbershop.
There is two different things: being freaky and doing things to get yourself in jail.
well, sure, I get all that, but then like the whole thing is this: he was never planning on going to jail.
Yeah,
The most people that he going frequent, he's not going to the local. He's not going to Pastor Jamal Church to get people. Okay,
Yeah.
he's going to the strip joints where then people figure, if you do come out, you got this pass, nobody's gonna believe you. I'm T.I, damn it, right? And they
right.
do it for a power struggle. It's a power thing because the only reason he's sticking his toe up there could be for a little small crazy fetish or whatever, just because he got the power and you gonna let him do it.
I
That's
don't
why
want
he
to be too. We have to believe we have to listen to every story because you don't know if these people are telling the truth, and you don't want to be someone to not support someone that's telling the truth. But I will say, what breaks the pattern? Everybody's telling the same story until you get to the man who said they drugged him too, and
Well,
then
T.I went for a bad age down here in Atlanta. And he thought that he could do whatever he wanted to do and get away with it because he's T.I. and he's supposed to be bad, bad.
it's a mess. Well, Gabor, put in your 2 cents. What do you got to say?
Not a toll. Ain't enough money in the world. Ain't enough money in the world. And these girls came out the hotel room and y'all ain't get no money.
Yeah.
Y'all ain't get no money.
They didn't get paid.
Well, you know what though? And then oftentimes I think people do it, they're like a fan. It's just something to like, hey, it's like a milestone for a lot of them. You know what I'm saying? And they think, well, maybe if I do this, this is my way of getting in.
Here's the thing you can't dispute is the woman from Las Vegas filed this report 10 years ago and they have it on file.
Right.
That's what makes me kind of believe, huh?
2005.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that would be hard to plan something out over 10 years ago. I mean, it was a long time ago. Gabor, what do you think? Is this first of all, why are they doing it? Why are they doing this? What is it? What?
They're freaks. They're freaks.
It felt like they did it more, I mean, just on a weekly basis, it feels like. And I mean, when is enough enough? This has been over 10 years. I mean, I don't know. It's just
well, maybe it's hard to satisfy him, and this is his way of being satisfied.
It's a such thing as this. Like the whole thing is this. When people make money, they got their house and everything's normal. They looking for the next best thing to conquer, something to give them pleasure. Using power often gives you some type of pleasure. Then they go off and just find these things to do and start to enjoy. You know what I'm saying? Like, because they're bored with their regular life. So they start creating these things. And, when you start going with the toe, what's next?
Well, let me just ask you guys. I'm going to go around and just ask you guys straight up. These are all opinions, and this is just how we feel right now. We're not accusing anybody of anything.
Oh, no.
Harry, do you believe it?
Huh?
Do you believe it?
No, look, like I say this. I always believe this. When you get a lot of smoke, it's possible that it was fire, right? So, but until they go to court, I'm not going to come on and claim somebody to be guilty because, I'm just not going to do that.
Yeah.
I mean,
You're not going to say anybody's lying is what you mean. You're not going to say that.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm just talking about the story, what's just out there. I just know it's possible on both sides. It's possible to be this freak. It's possible to be this victim too. You see what I'm saying? So, but both sides, until they go to court and prove it, the only people really know is T.I and the victims.
Gabor, what do you think about the lawyer's alleged advice to pay these people off? That's a lot of people. Oh, and before I get into that, they're saying that T.I is allegedly worth $50 million, and then they have Tiny listed as $3 million. That's not a lot. But do you think they should pay people off, Gabor? I know.
I mean, it depends on the victim. You know what I'm saying? I want my money. You know what I'm saying? You'd have to give me my money, see, they would have either been in jail. The statute of limitations wouldn't have ran out on me. You know what I'm saying? If I would have woke up around T.I and Tiny, I'm telling you right now, I would have been sitting in the police station waiting on the money to hit my account. ready to take my rape kit.
No, you can't say that word. Yeah.
Oh, ready to take that kit. I'm ready to take that kit if my money, at least 10 million, didn't hit my account.
Right.
This is a mess. No matter what happens right now, their careers are going to take a hit. I think.
Regardless, I mean, look at Michael Jackson. It's going to take a hit.
You think so?
Anytime you get these allegations out there like that and they running rampant.
Yeah.
Because even if they went to court and was found innocent, right? Mm-hmm. You still gonna have the people that's gonna believe they was guilty, or vice versa. Mm-hmm. Get proven guilty, people gonna say that they was innocent. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just the way life is. But
I kind of believe it. I kind of believe it because you know what? About 2 weeks ago, T.I made a statement, and the statement that T.I made, he came out and he said this. Let me try to word it right. He said, "Whatever they did was a constituent of adults doing what they like to do." So why would you make a statement like that? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because you could have came out and said, "Nah, I ain't did a damn thing."
Yeah. But that statement was like,
He was trying to say, what I think he was trying to say was, I'm not going to discuss what we do in our bedroom or whatever, but you know, whatever we did, like the drugs and stuff that they was doing, we were all participating adults that knew what we were doing.
Right. Exactly.
Like they didn't rape nobody, but we were all adults doing stuff that you know what I'm saying? That they ain't never made nobody take nothing, basically.
Right. And then I would say this too. And I think,
and you don't have to make nobody take nothing to kind of assume like, well, you want to, you know what I'm saying? You don't have to necessarily say, here, take this. You can just do stuff to assume I'm gonna put you up out of here if you don't take this. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So let me ask y'all this: would y'all be mad if your friends start distancing themselves? Do you expect people to stand by your side?
No, this is terrible.
Yeah.
This is terrible.
Yeah.
I mean, this is terrible. You even got people, the men in the barbershop, talking about, you know, how could he? Man,
well, if you're a friend, aren't you supposed to be by their side?
Well, you know what though, I'm
not going down with you. I guess depending on what kind of friend you got. A lot of people use that word friends just too loosely. Okay. Yeah.
If you got a friend and you know, if you really had that true enough friend, you sort of know what he doing day and night, at least pretty much close to it. But if these people walking away, they probably figure in the head, you know what? I have seen that side to him. Mm-hmm. Do you understand what I'm saying? So I'm saying like, but the whole thing is this. Like I said, I can't say they didn't do it, right? But at the end of the day, it's damn sure possible. And it happens way more frequently than we actually think. A lot of these rappers or people that got a little fame do it.
Look at drugs.
No. The sexual stuff. People like groupies do a lot of things just for attention because they think their stuff better than whoever, and they gonna come in. Are you
saying that if they weren't famous, these women wouldn't be saying anything, but they think they get some money?
Okay, I'm saying this: if they weren't famous, the list wouldn't be this damn long of you sticking toes in people. I'm telling you that.
If they weren't famous, they wouldn't even be in the room.
Right. That's what I'm trying to say. But what I'm saying is though, as far as the drugs and stuff like that, if y'all look at the common denominator, most of them, when they talk about their careers, these people who claiming these things, it goes back to certain areas. Exotic dancer, this. It's like when you a drug dealer, you're gonna run across certain things in that environment, right? Mm-hmm. Strippers gonna run across certain things, and most of these women cannot tell me if you worked in a strip joint, you don't know what these pills are about. And I'm not saying they forced them to take them, made them take them. You know what I'm saying? But most of these people are at least grown enough to know whether they taking this on their own.
This is a mess. Let's see what the callers say. Hi, Nina. How are you? You're on mute.
Hey.
Nina,
what's happening?
What you got to say about this mess? It's a mess.
Hey, Nina, baby.
Hey, baby. Hey, y'all. I love y'all. I've been watching y'all all day. I swear y'all been on point. But listen, I would distance myself too. I'm like you, Sherelle. I ain't going down with you. And I'm gonna say this, Keisha Lance, I love her, but she got out quick. I believe she tied to this somehow. I believe she's friends with them undoubtedly, because they made a big gave her a lot of money when she was running for mayor. She's tied to them. I believe she got out because when she made her statement about leaving, she looked like she was about ready to cry. She made a great impact on the ATL, and I don't think she was ready to go. She was just not scratching the surface.
Well, what do you mean? What do you mean she's tied to it? What role does she play?
I think because she's friends with them. I think she may know something. When you know something, and she's a lawyer first. You got to understand that. So when you know something, it's just my opinion. Ain't nothing nobody told me. That she did the right thing. I just think she was tied to it somehow. And I lead that tell along to I will lead T.I and Tiny. And you're right, good boy. Their career been over. They've been slam dunk tied. Ain't nobody want to hear nothing T.I got to say. And when Gabor was talking about I would have had my little Visa card. I knew what I was getting into when I walked out of the strip joint with T.I and Tiny and whoever else. I would have said, put the money on the card because you won't be shut up.
No, yeah, you're right.
Huh?
I ain't doing nothing without being paid, but I'm just saying if I was raped, I mean, if I was whatchamacallit, if somebody had took advantage of me and I woke up I need my money.
Exactly.
I need my money by 5 o'clock.
And same thing, but if I here in the strip joint, he didn't already pick me out anyway, saying I'm gonna get her, my people go get her. You know what I'm saying? So they didn't already tapped her on the shoulder and said, "Hey, T.I, this what you gonna do, right?" I'm just playing to take that. But my mama used to say, my mama said, but my grandmama said it, right? She said, "You got the best money maker in the world. You should never be hungry. You should never be hungry. You should never be broke." Do you understand what I'm saying? Because you got to know how to use it. But it's just too much going on in ATL. Just too much going on in ATL. Ain't nothing wrong with the ATL. But T.I they just like R. Kelly. How many times he got before he was found guilty? I don't think it's gonna go that far with T.I and Tiny. I think they're gonna get them. And they're gonna get them now. T.I already got 3 strikes. T.I got 3 strikes.
So Nina, you think that they're looking at jail time? You think they're going to jail?
Oh, without a shadow of a doubt. And the lawyer that's saying paying them out, you might can get them some money, but you're gonna have to make sure it's specified real deep that they can't ever say nothing the rest of their life. But how much money can you give them to hush? You know what I'm saying? For now, you have to give me one. He got 50 million. Give me one of them.
I want all of it. I want all of it, or you going to jail.
Right, but you know what I'm saying?
You took advantage of me. You took advantage of me. I'm scared to fall asleep. I'm scared to fall asleep now.
And then Tiny was the one who spiked the Patron. She's just as guilty as the one who did it all.
I want Tiny.
You're more guilty than your husband is because you spiked the Patron.
I want Tiny to be on a celebrity version of For My Man.
Listen, and her butt needs to go on because versus was her legs was ugly. She was ugly. Everything about her was ugly. Her hips was hanging to her mid thigh. You know what I'm saying? That's why she wasn't moving around like Candy. You know what I'm saying? She wasn't moving around like the rest of them girls. No, you got to do like what Michelle and get that off of you before you go to jail, because it's gonna say you go to jail, you're gonna be able to keep it up. Surgery like that, you got to keep up. You got to keep it lifting up. You got to keep going to the doctor every 3 to 5 years, like your breast. You got to keep it up. So if she go to jail, what's she gonna do? She better get it taken out before she go. That's all.
It don't look like she keeping it up now.
No, she looks like she needs to Patron herself. You know what I'm saying?
She needs to go get the Kylie Jenner special, because that right there that I'm looking at.
One more question, Nina. Is something mentally wrong with T.I?
I don't think it's a mental illness. I don't think it's mentally. He just some people are sex addicts. Some people like to really be freaky with it. Some people like to go to the edge with stuff. You know what I'm saying? Some people just like to hang on the edge. But what you did, I think what they did was wrong. Was when you start spiking them people's drinks.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm gonna say this. And my mama did tell me this: if you leave a drink, don't you go back to it. If you go to the bathroom, don't take it with you. You better not drink it.
Yeah.
I got a brother. I promise you, I got a brother that left his drink. And somebody spiked his drink because he was very good looking. They spiked his drink, and now he walks around here, and it's going to be 99 degrees weather in North Carolina, and you'll see him jogging at any time, just sweating, because it messed his mind up. Because he left his drink. You can't do that. You can't do that.
Yeah.
But they gonna get what they get. But y'all keep on reporting because I'm gonna keep on watching y'all because y'all is WSOC TV news, all the way around the board. Y'all on point every last one of your Perry. Let me tell you something, Perry. You my friend in my head for real. You my friend in my head for real, Perry. I swear you be saying what I be thinking. I love all y'all. I swear. Y'all just like my family.
Now, Nina, before you go, Nina, we're gonna have to talk. We got to talk about what you said on your last video. On the last video,
I had a train. Man, I'm just good boy. It was a train. Guess what, good boy? I was willing participant. I wasn't drugged.
Right.
I knew what I was getting myself into, and at the end of the day, I was satisfied.
All right. Before your favorite though, y'all.
Well, all right.
I love all y'all for real.
Nina says she don't need one; she needs two.
Keep running wearing us. Sherelle, you've been on point. I'm telling you, that's your color.
But thank you.
I love y'all. I got
to
care.
Bye, Nina.
I agree with her. This is not to a new.
But y'all know, Tiny used to go to the strip club with T.I.
Wait, yeah.
Hi, Buzz. How are you today? Buzzworthy, can you hear us?
She ain't ready to talk today.
She ain't ready.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Hi, Natalia. How are you?
Fine. How are you guys?
Hey,
can you hear us? Natalia?
Can you guys hear me?
Is it me?
I can barely hear.
No. We can't hear neither, Sherelle.
Okay. Let me give you more time to come up. Listen, this is not a joke anymore. These people are really looking
at a joke.
Yeah, at jail time.
This is for real.
Yeah.
Because out of all 14 of those people, 3 or 4 of them got had.
Here's the thing: what I don't get. Why did you have to spike the drinks? If you wanted to have somebody else in your bedroom, that's your business.
Because you're incapacitated. Now, if you're incapacitated, I can do whatever I want to you.
Hey, Val, you look pretty today.
Hey,
how are you?
Thank you. I'm getting ready for my podcast, but y'all got me cracking up. But you know what, though? Gabor, you know I love you, baby. But you know when you saying what you would have done afterwards, sometimes it's easier said than done. When you are in that situation, it's not as easy. Okay. And sometimes we gotta admit, we just gotta say, you hate to say it, but sometimes it's a life situation because sometimes when people talk, people try to get rid of them before they say too much more. Just like when a lot of incidents you had women that are pregnant and they didn't want nobody to, they didn't want the person that had a baby and the girl said, yeah, I'm having a baby. All of a sudden she ended up dead. You know what I'm saying? So it's really, it's a touchy situation. It's easier outside looking in and say, oh yeah, I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do that and I'm gonna do that. It's not always that easy.
Are you saying, Val, that maybe some of these women were too scared to come forward because T.I is a powerful figure in this society?
Yes, and then another thing too, I want to say to people is that, a lot of times you said they all saying the same thing, but see, this is the thing. Sometimes it could have happened to somebody that didn't say nothing, and then somebody that happened to the same thing happened to them. Then they said that's the same thing happened to me. But see, they was too scared to say something. But now when somebody came out and said the same thing, they vouch for them. They'll tell them the truth because that's what happened to me too. It's a hard thing to deal with, you guys, because you get marked. You get marked as a liar. And then somebody a celebrity. People love that celebrity so much they'll do something to you because they feel you hurt that celebrity. You know what I'm saying? Instead of looking at that celebrity hurt you. So it's hard.
No, I agree.
Yeah, I do too. You're right.
Yeah, but like you say, where there's smoke, There's some fire.
You know what?
Now, do you think that something wrong with T.I.?
T.I. likes sex.
So you don't think it's a control thing? It's just a
you can see it on his show that he got a control issue. I mean, he likes control. You know what I'm saying? And it's like anybody that don't control, that's not doing what he say do, he make it an issue.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Right. And you got to realize remember that part when him and Tiny sat down and talked about when they was getting ready to get a divorce and they're trying to act like we friends now. And he was like, "Oh, you was at old boy's house. I ain't gonna say who, but you was at old boy's house dancing with him." And she said, "And you screwed somebody." You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So it's like, he throwing it out there. She's like, "At least I didn't screw somebody." If she did screw somebody, I believe she screwed him with him there. But he screwed somebody without her there, and that's when she feel he crossed the line.
Do you think he's like Bill Cosby?
No, because the simple fact is that Bill Cosby did it individually because he knew what he wanted to do. And then some of the girls, I'm a woman. I'm all for women. Don't get me wrong, anybody. But sometimes some women willingly, as they have said, took the drug because it's like, back in those days, Quaaludes used to be out back in those days. Okay.
Right.
And I'm a witness that I worked in the Las Vegas Hilton, and Bill Cosby was a regular. He had a contract there. He has regular. Bill Cosby used to walk through the hotel by himself, no guards, no nothing, his sweatpants, his long cigar. He spoke to me. He spoke to everybody. He was just like that. But a lot of women would just run up and just throw themselves on him. So, he kind of took advantage of certain people. I'm not saying he should have drugged them. He could have got some coochie if he just asked them. You know what I'm saying? But he didn't want them to remember nothing, because sometimes some people will sleep with you just to make allegations afterwards. So if they're drugged up, they can't remember what happened.
Right.
Ooh, you just explained a deep situation. You're saying that drugs is involved basically to keep them quiet.
Right, and that's exactly what I'm saying, because that's exactly what happened. How are you gonna go? Now I know what Gabor was saying, like about I'm sore, I'm gonna go tell. Yeah, what you gonna go tell?
But
if you were drugged.
Yeah, and that's the thing, though. The purpose of having sex with T.I and Tiny will be to remember this. It ain't no fun if I can't remember nothing. You get what I'm saying?
Right. But see, they don't know. I
don't even know what you did. Yeah, I don't even know what you did to me.
Right. See, they don't know. Now, if they knew that they was going to be incapacitated before they took whatever they took, they wouldn't. 9 out of 10 women wouldn't have done it. But see, they thought they was going to loosen up a little bit. We're going to have a little fun. It ain't no fun if my homie can't have none. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So they thought they was just doing that. But when they realized what extent it went to, it's a whole different story.
So let me ask you this. Hold on. Let me read this really quick because I'm getting behind. Okay. Robin says that's how it was back then. They had the power. So too scared to say anything, but now they don't have that same power. So not too scared to say anything. Let me ask you this, Val. So you don't say anything and you wait a decade. Mm-hmm. Do you feel because of the time, what's it called, statute of limitation, that T.I should still be in jail when this is like 15 years ago now?
That's kind of hard for me to say, but I think that I'm on both sides, because I've been on both sides. You know what I'm saying? So I've been on both sides. So I'm saying that
you've been on both sides.
I've been in a situation where we don't want to use that word. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I've been in that situation. So the thing is, you got to realize that sometimes you saying something might not cause no harm to you, but to get at you, they try to harm somebody that's close to you.
Right.
I appreciate you sharing. I mean, right now, do you think that more, if it happened to you, despite the time length, that you should come over if you're a victim of T.I and Tiny? Do you think they should still come forward?
It's not the time. It's not just the time. Everybody else like to focus on the time. It's not just the time. It's what position does it put you in when you come out?
Right.
Yeah, because
what position does it put you in? I mean, like, let's say that you on some film, with somebody, some show. This show is running, y'all taping every week, what's going on. But now all of a sudden somebody that's in that same show with you that did something to you years ago, now you speak out. Do you really think they're gonna have you two still taping that show? You see what I'm saying? So it all depends on what position it put you in when you come out.
Yeah, even the girl who claimed that she was sexually assaulted by Nicki Minaj's husband, she said that fans and stuff, her fans was coming after her, and that was over 10 years ago.
Exactly. And the whole thing is too, you got to remember, especially if you have kids, they don't just come at they come out of something that's gonna hurt you.
Well, last question. I know you. Do you think they should pay people off like the lawyer is allegedly suggesting? Pay off the victim.
You know what? I believe that they should get something. You know what I'm saying? Maybe not as much as they say they want, but you need to give them something. But the whole thing is they're gonna fight that to the end because T.I don't mind going to jail again. He been there. It's like vacation for him. I mean, you know what I'm saying? The whole thing though, if both of them go, that's when the problem's gonna come in. You know, that's like a Teresa Giudice thing. They ain't gonna be up there saying, "Oh, you can go and then stay with the kids, and then when she come out, you can go." It ain't gonna be like that.
Well, let me ask you this: Is T.I putting on a facade right now, Val? Is he scared?
Yeah, he's scared, but he trying to play that hardcore. You know, I'm hard. Yeah, but he ain't sleeping at night. I bet you one thing: he ain't having no threesome right now.
I bet he ain't either.
I bet you he making sure he getting that coochie that's at home right now. He ain't getting no outside coochie right now.
He probably.
Thank you, Val, for opening up and letting us hear a little bit from the other side.
Yeah.
Do you think all of these people are telling the truth? If you had to guess,
no. I don't think all of them is telling the truth. Do I think that most of them are telling the truth? Yes. But the thing is, a lot of them are piggybacking off of other people's story because they don't remember what happened. But they remember they all had the same beginning. Yeah. They had the same ending. Yeah. But they don't know what happened in between. Right. So they're piggybacking off of other person's story.
Right.
Yeah. This is deep. This is a lot. This is bad. Deep. This is deep.
Yeah, and bet nobody come to my podcast night talking that mess about this either, because you're gonna get thirsty Thursday.
I really appreciate you talking, Val, and sharing your story. I really do.
You're welcome.
You didn't have to do that, and you did. Thank you very much.
All right, love all y'all. Talk to you later.
All right,
bye. You look beautiful.
Yeah, you look pretty.
I'm trying to grow up and be just like Sherelle.
Bye, Val.
Bye.
He has a point. A lot of them could just be scared. It's crazy. Hi, Sky. How are you?
Hey, Sky. Good.
What do you have to add to this mess? And what do you think what Val said, that a lot of times there's a reason that they're scared to come forward? Do you agree with that?
Yeah. I mean, I think any time there's a victim that needs to come out, there's a lot to lose by coming out. You have a lot of people that will turn on you. Your reputation can be ruined. I think there's more to lose than gain.
What's up, Pimple?
Go
ahead, Sky.
I also think that he is definitely a narcissist, and he doesn't care about people, because narcissists, they don't see people as people. They see them as things they can use. You're not.
If you think T.I is a narcissist, what would you call Tiny?
An enabler.
I would say that she's kind of just an accomplice. Like she is passive. She's letting him get away with this corrupt behavior, and she's just in for the ride, and she lets him. I mean, we saw how he treated his daughter, and that was a violation, I thought. And then years ago with Iggy Azalea, when she was under his label, there was a whole where it was kind of like abuse of power that he was having with her. So, I mean, I think he's a narcissist. And I think these victims need to be heard and need to be listened to. And, we're in a time where, people in power can't get away with continuing to do awful things. So
is he going to jail, Sky?
I sure hope so.
Yeah. Can't say for sure. Hi, Gio. What's up?
What's up with y'all? You know what I'm saying? I might be a little bit loud, but he going to jail. Yep, jail. It ain't no way past going to jail with these allegations. It's bad. If he this year, he gonna go next year. Not next.
Is Tiny going, Gio? Is Tiny going too?
Hold on.
Oh, he must.
I'm sorry about that, y'all. I had an interruption. Somebody was calling my phone, but
Is
he
Tiny
going to
going to
jail
jail too,
without a
Gio?
doubt. He's sticking his toes. He's sticking his toes in women, and that is very, very nasty. Ain't no way around that. Tiny going to jail too.
Yeah, yeah.
She already now. Let me not even talk about people how they look, but she going to jail. She was up there. I seen a video clip of them in like a parking lot. I think it's two video clips out there of two different incidents of them in the parking lot, like with a girl or something. Like they doing something, having these girls. Y'all quit doing drugs, everybody. You don't do drugs no more. Like people
You
out
really
there
can't.
quit doing
You
drugs.
can't
Don't do
really
it.
put this on drugs, Gio. This is something
Yeah,
wrong
she going.
with. You think you can blame drugs for this?
Hold on, real quick. Hold on, Sherelle. Let me put.
People in the chat are calling Tiny the ringleader.
No,
Yes.
T.I. is the ringleader.
But she's the
T.I.
one that
is the king.
recruits
He's the
and
king.
does the dipping. She could be the ringleader.
No, I don't agree with that. T.I. is the king. She do what T.I. say for her to do. T.I.
But
has control of the whole.
You want to know the crazy? You want to know the craziest thing though? You know, okay, ain't Tiny from the Escape group, right? She's from the Escape. Okay, now my mom used to listen to them and stuff. She found T.I. when he was just before he even started rapping, so she had money. So it could be Tiny, you know, like it could be Tiny one of these fantasies that's going on because she know T.I. already had the allegations of cheating on her. So she's probably like, now we need to try something different. You know what I'm saying? So Tiny is probably running the whole entire show. T.I. is just a flunk. He's the flunk. His name is more known right now with how many albums
What
and music
about this?
and movies.
Someone says that Tiny is older than T.I. and was already turned out by Jermaine. We've heard these rumors.
Yeah.
I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah, but T.I. was street smart. It's not Tiny, y'all. It is T.I.
But
T.I. is
when you're street smart though, you ain't finna be that street. Like he ain't no pimp. You know what I'm saying? That's what a pimp would do. But if you just a regular dude that's around there selling that pack, you ain't last thing you thinking about is like, oh, let me go get this girl to like go get these other girls. If you go get them other girls, you're gonna be caught up on something else. He wouldn't be caught up on what he caught up on right now. He would have been caught up on some you know, like what they call that with Pablo. He would have been Pablo Escobar. Put it that way. Let's just put Pablo Escobar name out there. He would have been
you don't know how deep this goes. There could be more victims. Gio, let me read this really quick. It says T.I. is nasty. Tiny's even worse. If she watched her husband do this to women, I mean, this is true. She needs to be under the jail for enabling.
right.
I mean,
Yeah.
Tiny needs to go to jail.
And you think about it, I think women would be more trustworthy if they were approached by another woman than a man to pursue any kind of escapade.
Yeah.
So if she is orchestrating this, I mean, you can see it happening. It's kind of like Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell, how she would recruit women for him.
Yeah.
You did a cold one when you said Epstein because people didn't even know he had a whole island out there, but his wife was the main one that was bringing them, like telling them girls, it's okay, just lay down in the bed, and she would get in the bed with them. That's how anybody who puts themselves in a situation and telling a woman that it's okay, you let that go on. So really, technically, if Tiny is doing that, then yeah, she is the ringleader of everything that's to happen.
You know, I think so.
I
mean, cause I think we can talk about the ringleader thing. Now, T.I. could be the one that's really got most of the control over it, right?
Thank you. I believe that.
But at the end of the day, does it really matter who's the actual ringleader or not? Because if he's the guy that's doing all this leading and she's the bedroom manager, then she's listening to him. Because really, what girl would come to your house with you if they know your wife is there and not willing, right? So when these people walk in, she gonna make them feel willing. So she got just as much part to do with it if all this is true, right? Is what I'm saying. Allegedly all this stuff. If it was like that, I'm only saying this, that they both have equal parts to do with it. And I don't think it's totally, because whatever her problem is, she'll just do anything to have a man, whether it's rob a bank, do this.
Exactly.
So if she's doing these things, she's just as crooked as he is, hands down. And I think both of them, if they actually do these things, need to pay the price.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Right. I don't care who was the leader of the whole situation. What they did is wrong, period.
Yeah. Right.
All right, let me take some more calls, Gio and Sky, and I'll bring you back, okay?
Later, Gio.
All right, peace, y'all. Peace.
Bye, Gio. Hi, Buzz. Can you hear us now?
No.
Hi, Natalia. Can you hear us? That's Candy.
Yes. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yeah. Sound off. What did you want to say?
Me.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I completely 100% support T.I and Tiny, cause how do you accuse somebody with no facts, no receipt, no evidence?
You support T.I and Tiny.
And then she faded out.
She said, "How do you accuse somebody with no evidence
and proof and receipt?" I feel like these girls are like cloud chasers. They're just seeking attention and want to ruin their reputation and brand. Because obviously, if you are famous and you are big, they're obviously gonna target you. And even though you didn't do it, people are still gonna use it against you as if you did it. And imagine waking up every day, the whole world is against you. You have to pay this money, but but I didn't do it. So why should I give people my money that I didn't even sleep with these girls?
Okay, listen, Natalia. Do you feel? Okay, there's an echo. I'm going to have to drop you. Okay, but hang on. I'm going to bring you back to answer the question. Okay. Buzz, can you hear me? Okay, she's not picking up. She's saying there's no. Okay, I got to talk to this girl. Let me try again. You're saying there's no evidence to support their claims, right?
Is your browser open, Natalia? Like your YouTube browser?
Natalia? I can't talk to her. Can you call back in, Natalia?
Okay, yes.
Oh, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah. Are you worried that? Do you worry that if you come out and support T.I and Tiny, what if you're wrong? Would you feel really bad?
Most definitely, because everybody was right. I was supposed to listen. These media outlets were coming out imagine they even had to halt their show because of what the allegations are going. And the poor kids, imagine them going to school and your parents are rapists. What? No.
I just think you got to be very careful, Natalia, by saying that you're supporting them, because for the longest time it looked like Bill Cosby was innocent too, but it just got to be so many people till that many people are gonna lie. I gotta drop you, Natalia. People, this is hurting people's ears. They can't hear. There's an echo.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Sorry, thank you. I've never heard.
I don't know. I just think it's a lot more to this, and I think that T.I and Tiny are guilty in some of the cases of what they did to some of these women. T.I has a reputation down here in Atlanta as being freaky, and Tiny do too.
Yeah. Hi, Queen. Sound off. Oh my gosh, it's already been an hour. Sound off.
Right. Yes, you have Queen Tosley here reporting live. We are updating you guys on the T.I and Tiny investigations. Everybody, if you are fans of them, we need you to send up some prayers. There's going to be a jailhouse concert, talent shows. We don't know how we're going to get in there to get it, but we will report it back to you. What I will say is, don't have a friend like Shakana, because she'll rat all your business out. She won't give a damn. She's only thinking about herself while she's out here collecting
Whoa,
PP.
stop, Queen. You're saying Shakana's lying?
Listen,
She must not wait a minute. She must not
Shakana.
be lying. She must not be lying because Tiny pulled up on her. Tiny pulled up on her last week where she lived at. So she must not be all that lying because Tiny pulled up on her and wanted to fight her in the middle of the street.
What happened, Andrea?
Let's say this.
Tiny pulled up on Shakana where Shakana lived at and tried to fight her in the middle of the street.
Wow. I mean, so you support T.I and Tiny, Oklahoma? I mean, Tulsa?
Queen Tulsa, absolutely not. Reporting live, I do not. This is why I say that Shakana has something to do with it. This is my thing. Any normal person, if I come to you, Sherelle, and say, "Hey, Sherelle, I just robbed such and such," and blase blah. Hold on. That's not the right analogy. Shakana knew something. And the only thing that I'm saying is she should have just kept her mouth closed. If you and Tiny were not friends since 2014, why are you riding so hard for her? Why are you going so hard for her? She claimed that Tiny was with her when she was at the police station. I just feel like it's a whole lot of foolery going on. Nobody's telling the truth, but it is under the investigation. Bravo and props to Attorney Blackwell for getting the ball rolling.
He did. Thank you, Tulsa, for calling in. I appreciate the call.
Thank you so much, guys. Oh,
Yeah.
no problem. You guys
Bye, Queen.
hit me up anytime. Bye.
Okay, bye. That was a lot. Let me go ahead and read this. I have not heard of anyone that has benefited from being violated in that way. It baffles me that someone would say that. I mean, me too. But I guess everyone has a right to their own opinions. It's crazy. I got to start wrapping it up. Okay. Hi, T. How are you?
Hi, everybody.
Can you turn off your browser?
Is your YouTube browser open?
Okay. Okay.
Okay, hold on. T.I and Tiny.
I do support T.I and Tiny. I'm sorry. Okay, so we all know that they have the open marriage or they swing or whatever. Okay, I mean that's something that is known around Atlanta and things like that. The reason why I support them is because first of all, only just recently have like LA started investigating them. There hasn't been any criminal charges brought against them. There hasn't been anyone came forth for their, from their camp stating any. T.I hasn't done any press conferences. Tiny hasn't either. You haven't really heard anything from them. The victims, alleged victims, and if it is something wrong, I'm a woman. Of course, I sympathize with.
So you're saying that you're going to reserve judgment. You are following the rules, which is innocent until proven guilty.
Exactly. I mean, they're being murdered, in the media. Like they've been tried already in the media. So I feel like my instinct is telling me that it may be true. I'm sure there was recruitment. I'm sure they did have a handler. Someone did probably go out and get the girls, but I think some of them allegedly were paid and willing. And because of the fallout between Sabrina and T.I and Tiny, I think all of this came to a head, and a lot of things are misconstrued or made up or over exaggerated. If there are victims, and this really did happen, I do apologize, and my prayers go out to the young ladies. But I really believe that this is a lifestyle that Tiny and T.I live behind closed doors. It's none of nobody's business what they do in their bedroom. But I don't believe that there's any criminal charges being brought against them yet, and I guess that's what they're holding on to, and I am too. I don't think it's a lot of truth to it.
Well, I will say this. that's the safe route. Is you really don't want to condemn anybody until there's evidence. But for me, with so many people coming out, I'm thinking, are 14 people lying? I mean, but the responsible thing to do is to do like you're saying. We really haven't seen any. If they're that guilty, why haven't they been arrested?
Okay.
We got to answer that question.
Okay. I just say this too, right? I don't know what happened. Allegedly, people saying this happened. If nothing wasn't filed, what are these people getting out of it now? It's nothing going to court. It's nothing.
Right.
Where's all these attorneys coming from?
I understand what you're saying, Perry. If you notice, it's just one attorney for 11 people. Listen, I'm not even going to say it's about clout. To me, it's about money. We're in the middle of a pandemic. Anybody could jump on a gravy train. People with large bank accounts that get into trouble and things like that, they're known to pay off people immediately to stop the
controversy.
Yeah, the charges and fluctuation of people. I believe T.I has an ego, and he's saying, I'm not going to pay them anything. I'm not guilty. They were willing. That's like I believe he hasn't came out and said anything publicly because he's being narcissistic, of course. He got the big head, and he's acting like I'm not going to pay them anything because they willingly did it. That Sabrina is mad. She exposed us, and he feels like he's not guilty.
Okay, we would speak on this longer, but I'm running out of time. Thank you so much for
having me on.
Thank you.
Thank you. Take care. This is the last call. I'm so sorry, guys. I can't take any more calls. Hi, Miss Correct. How are you?
Hi, how you doing?
Good. Can you sound off kind of quickly? Go ahead.
Well, I have family in the celebrity world, and I want to say this. I believe that there are more celebrities involved with the T.I and Tiny incident. And, you can like a person so much until you can ignore what they do, whether it's right or wrong. But I believe if they did this and everything, they need to go to jail if they're guilty of it. And Shekinah, I heard the lady say Shekinah know more than what she's saying. And I don't believe Shekinah know as much as people think that she knows, because Shekinah has a big mouth and she's real shaky. She would give away everything. That right. And I believe they're guilty. And I don't think they're getting as much press as it should get, because if these young ladies were treated like this and everything, something really needs to be done about it and everything. Because when I saw it on I think it was someone's page that I saw it on, when the girls were sitting there naked on the floor and on the sofa with Tiny and T.I and everything. And those girls looked really young and everything. And so many times we have a tendency to hide what celebrities do because we like them, or because we are a fan and they're wealthy and everything. Something really needs to be done about this. And I don't think that social media is talking about it as much as they should.
I agree.
Yeah.
And that's my thing. To do something like that to a woman, it is so wrong. It is so wrong. And T.I has this attitude about women, and Tiny is so submissive to him, to whatever he does. And I think that if it does come to trial, Tiny might take the fault for it, because she just, I don't know, it seemed like she's all voodooed by him. And and I think that, and I hate to say, but I think that one of those girls has something. I think that Candy knows more than what she's saying she knows. But I think that she don't want to have anything to do with it because of her brand. And they all freaky. They all are freaky, and no one is talking about Candy being involved in it. And Candy's not talking about it herself.
Yeah.
So
we're running out of time. Thank you for calling in. A lot of people share your belief that they think Candy's involved somehow. I don't know. Her name gets brought up a lot. It is, but thank you, Miss Correct.
Okay, and I love you all, Sharon, and I love your commentary, and I love Perry and Gabor. Even though Gabor is pro Kenya, I don't like Kenya. Gabor.
Don't get him started, okay?
I love you guys. You guys,
we gotta do. You know,
thanks,
we're
Mr.
gonna let
Rex.
Kenya rest. We're gonna let Kenya rest for you.
Yeah, please.
Yeah,
Take
let her
care,
rest.
Mr. Okay,
Bye-bye.
take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.
That's so funny. Okay, she called it. Buzz, can you hear me now? Okay, we tried. It's not working. A lot of people got a lot to say. This story is absolutely crazy. It's not going anywhere. I just have a feeling it might go to court. But right now, it's just talk. Nobody's in court. Just allegations at this point.
And I just said it's a whole lot of talk for somebody not to have something, just in my opinion. But like I said, until you go to court and proven guilty, you innocent. I get that part. But we just speculating on everything. So people go, why are you coming like this? The whole thing is this. We all got to admit, it's too much stuff going on. And if it wasn't that much stuff out there, why is their show gone? Why are they not out in public doing what they normally would do? See, typically, I think if you don't have nothing to hide, you don't hide in some cases. So I just leave it at that.
Yeah. Well, here in the meantime, we're going to keep our eye on this case. Did you, Gabor, Andrea, Perry, any final words?
I'm good.
Yeah. This was a tough one, but I'm going to keep on this subject. It's I don't think it's going away anytime soon. And if anything, it's getting worse by the day.
Yeah.
Okay, I wanted to thank everyone for their super chats. You don't have to support the channel, and you do, so I really appreciate it. Okay, mods, I promise, done for the day, but Thursdays are a busy day for us with Beverly Hills and Jersey coming on at the same time, and then we had to put this one in because this is getting crazy, and we got to follow this story. Any last words, guys?
I'm good.
Okay.
I'm
All
good.
right. Thank everyone for joining my 3 lives today. That's a long time, but I really appreciate it. Thank you, guys. Let's say bye on 3. 1, 2, 3. Bye, guys.
Adios.